cobblers. Walk in a pauper, strut out a duke.
Ah, sir, you've chosen a special day to visit the family home of Archduke Enver Gortash. We're celebrating our dear son's magnificent achievement with a special run of leather-soled shoes.
Gods, Gortash has a mother. I assumed he sprang fully formed from a lich's arse crack or something.
You've chosen the wrong household to argue politics, my friend. Sharp if you like, but let's talk no more of my son.
Your tadpole squirms. These people are infected with the parasite, but something is off. You search her mind, but the psionic forces that control her are different, split somehow. Your own consciousness slips into the gap.
Help me! Gods, help me! Enver's ruined my mind. He's taken my body. I should have slammed the door in his face, but I let him in and he rammed some kind of worm in our eyes. I'm here, but I can't speak. I can't act. I'm trapped. You can't leave me like this. You can't leave me in this hell. We hadn't seen him in so long. I knew he was an animal, but I underestimated him. He sauntered in, Lord Gortash, what a name! Conjured up like a cheap trick. Said he was back for good. And he wanted to repay us for his childhood. Still bitter after all these years, but we did what was best for him, for all of us. We had debts, world-ending debts, trying to keep this cursed shop afloat. Dangerous lenders who said they'd bury us all if we didn't pay. Then a warlock offered us a pretty penny for Enver's service. He was a smart boy. Too smart. It was give him up, and all of us live, or refuse and die. What choice did we have? He was always a little monster, nasty to the core. He would have torn me and Druvo apart with his whining, his demands, the never-ending racket of him. You may disagree, Enver did, but we don't deserve this torment. You're the first person who's heard the real me in months. There has to be. I can't live like this. I'm trapped. Trapped. Wait.
Your tadpole lashes and recoils. The connection is broken.
Come again soon.
So, Gortash's parents sold him to a warlock. Why does that sound so familiar? I've got no interest in empathizing with the fuck. But maybe what he did to me was some kind of mirror of what happened to him. When you get fucked up, you fuck up right back.
All's
well, I hope. Aside from the obvious.
Be very welcome to Flim's Cobblers, humble family home of our Archduke Enver Gortash. He may not have followed in his old man's shoe steps, but Archduke's not so bad, is it?
Gortash's dad. Same treatment as his mum, I guess.
Finest leather in the city, ask anyone. Very good to see you again.
You focus on the source of the power, but it is quiet and still. It needs to rest. Nothing. It's as though the inner workings of his mind have been wiped clean.
He's the image of me, isn't he? Always was a handsome devil. Goodness, what an accusation. You've got the wrong family. Enver's the light of our lives. He grew up right in these walls. First my apprentice, then savior of the city, and on to Archduke. Nothing untoward about it, I assure you.
You seen any gazetteers around? Need to see if the new edition now.
You can't get involved with this.
Little unfounders Forks got it. Didn't see it happen, or thank the gods. City's home to some proper sick bastards.
Oh, poor kid found his parents like this. It's a tragedy, yeah. But it's not like we can look after him.
I got lost. And then when I found Mummy and Daddy again, they wouldn't get up. I shouldn't have run away. I'm just sorry.
You're such a heartless bastard.
I'm not. I just don't want to get in trouble. That's all.
Behold, this tree is plagued by pestilence, yet refuses to die. The goddess Shontia wishes me to save it. I can feel it. I will cure you of your pestilence. You have my word.
You can smell that, right? Bloody rotten it is.
Don't worry about the smell, citizen. Probably just the drains. Nothing to concern yourself with.
Warrior edition dedicated to one lord and his metal toys. Gortash has got to be paying them out sympathy.
Philgrave's mansion.
Wits and blades always sharp. Worth locking, worth opening.
What to do?
Wait. Flower and bloom. You do not have an appointment. What possible reason could you have to enter the presence of Mystic Carrion?
The painter. Yes, I remember. He wanted to contact a tormented spirit. I gave him exactly what he desired, and for a pittance, given the complexity of his request. His inability to follow simple instructions is hardly my fault. If he wanted his safety guaranteed, that would have cost him extra. It's quite simple. He requires an exorcism. I can provide you with the means to perform such a ceremony. But you understand, this is my livelihood. First, you must do something for me. Do not worry. It is of an earthly nature. It regards a conduit of mine, Thrombo, who has recently deserted his duties. He has not gone far, but given the sensitivity of his nature, I would prefer that he is not free to roam the city. Return Thrombo's body to me, then I will give you what you need to cleanse Oscar of his spectral interloper. It's quite simple. He resented having to work for a living. The undead can be rather lazy in that regard. He was always a simple, contented creature, a beggar to the bone. Perhaps he has forgotten how ungenerous the world can be, or simply prefers to live in the gutter. If he does not value the gift I gave in reanimating that wretched flesh of his, then I will take it back. It is my property, not his. Had I thought you were the type to shout his name from the rooftops, I would never have offered you the job. Thrumbo is not alone in his ingratitude. He has led others in my service astray. 3 of them, beggars and zombies alike. The others lack even Thrombo's modicum of intelligence. It should be no great task to wring his location from one of them. Then, with the spirits herein our witnesses, the arrangement is made. They will follow your progress with great interest. As will I. You can... Not food, client. You have done well. My spirits told me you were capable. But of course, one must never be scared to part with gold. It's better spent than buried. Come closer, spirits.
Sister was always good at hiding, but I'll find her this time.
You recall where you've smelled this beggar's rotten musk before, in Mystic Carrion's chambers. This is one of the runaways he seeks.
Swumbo said not to tell anyone where we went. You were playing too? You must be nice. Like Thumbo. He told me what to do, but he said it very quickly. I didn't understand. All I remember is down the stairs, across the sand, down the stairs, across the sand.
Come to have a go. Give it your best shot.
An air of decay hangs over the stooped beggar's form, the same that tainted mystic Carrion's chambers. This is one of his runaway servants.
Gold first. Then you can hit me. Carrion sent you. Shit. Don't think about trying anything. I'll fight back. I suppose that's all right. Thrumbo's more of a talker than I am. Thrumbo was going to get us a boat, but I haven't heard from him since. He must be somewhere near the water. I just hope he didn't drown.
My strongly worded letter, you mean a brick through a window, then
A broken steel watcher. A tag wired to it reads, "Unit defective. Return to the Steel Watch Foundry at the West Docks."
Do you know how hard it was to get those cabbages into the city? Nigh on impossible.
we're not lost. Just taking in the view before continuing on our way.
The lower city's a bloody warren. I'm surprised anyone can find their way around.
Why don't we just retrace our steps?
Great idea. Do you remember which way we came?
Left, right.
Ah, you look like someone who can probably read. Can I interest you in a copy of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette? Please buy one. We're all doing our bit. Better than sitting around waiting for the gates to open. It's a really good paper, though. No spelling mistakes in it or anything. Thank you. My first sale. I can't wait to tell Mole.
On a entire edition dedicated to one lord and his metal toys. Gordash has got to be paying the mounting fees.
What do you want me to do? Arrest the smell?
Thank you for cutting those creatures down, truly. Gods know what would have happened if you weren't here.
Those things smell like a fishmonger's unsold stock. What are they?
Oh, God! There's guts all over my boat! Did you see? They popped up out of the water all around me. Bitch Queen's mercy.
Oh, I think I need to follow the fish for the next few.
Haven't these things?
Did you hear this was the best place to buy fish in the city as well? Seems they neglected to mention the sea devils.
Thanks again for dealing with those Sawagan. You saved more than just my livelihood. A bit quieter after the Sawagan attack, but that's to be expected. Loyal customers will be back. Fish mainly. The Flaming Fest commandeer the best stuff, but I can show you what I've got. Watch yourself, eh? God's willing, there won't be any more of those things.
Oh, I saw you fighting those monsters. You were magnificent, I think. I mean, I couldn't really see from where I was, but I bet you were.
That was incredible! And just think what a story it'd make when fish fight back.
The majestic shark. Relentless, aggressive, and unfortunately delicious. This one's days of predation are now over. For Logir's fireworks, once it's lit, you commit.
Karlach can explode. Not a good mix.
He's a bit of a genius, isn't he? At sales, not fireworks. Of course, it helps to have the only license in town to sell the stuff.
Employees only past this point. You want to buy something? Talk to Mr. Sonshall.
That smoke powder smell. It smells so good.
Any torches, matches, wizards, or other sources of open flame, keep them unlit, please.
Faces, hands, and eyebrows. How do we protect them?
Watch for wind direction. Put on your gloves. And a light at arm's length.
Very good. And what does Uncle Falogir always say?
Once it's lit, you commit.
Excellent! Now remember, Falogir's Fireworks accepts no liability for singed nails, toasted eyelashes, loss of limbs, scalded torsos, or blown off heads. Now, you there. What can I do for you?
You feel an all too familiar squirm in the recesses of your mind. He has a tadpole.
Aha! A fellow friend of Gortash. Praise the Absolute. I have a special sample, available just for you, if you wish. This one will be very useful against any and all enemies of Gortash. Be sure to be clear of its explosion area. Please enjoy responsibly, and nowhere near this establishment. Is there anything else I can do for you? What else? I don't know what you mean. We're purveyors of smoke powder. Anything that can be lit, flamed, or fired up. Smoke powder is a beautiful mistress. She will not be limited to one form, and she is quite malleable in the right hands. What are you really asking, friend of Gortash? Forgive me. I did not know I had kept Gortash's humble servant waiting. You may bring this message to him. Everything is right on schedule. The next batch will be dispatched within a 10-day. Exceptional quality, if I do say so myself. The Gondians will know it when they see it. I believe that concludes this purchase order. We very much appreciate Lord Gortash's continued honoring of our humble establishment with his custom.
Let me back in. I'll bring Lorowakin out here, you tin tube. You tell Lorowakin I went for his goddamn night song, and now he has to pay up. What are you looking at? Shit, it's you. You went looking for the night song after me. Please tell me you found it. Lorowakin, the wizard who set out the contract, he owns this place. And his little page boy inside knows how to get to him. Lorowakin said it'd be easy money. A smash and grab. Get in, get the night song, go. Turns out his little relic was in a temple of Shah, beneath an army of goblins. Would never have taken my people in if I'd known. I can't bring him back. But I can make Lorowakin cough up. Especially if you found the relic. Answer the question. Did you find it or not? And Asima. Hells. If I'd known, I'd have asked for more gold. Kidnapping costs more than theft. Don't forget, I'm the one who gave you that contract. I want my cut. Immortal, eh? Interesting. Won't be easy getting her back to the wizard. But if you don't do it, someone else will. Hope you hit her well, mate.
This armor is a construct animated by powerful magic. It has no soul or power of speech, but it follows the directives of its master. It feels no pain and knows no morality. It will act on behalf of its master and perish when the magic that binds it is severed.
I think it's very funny. Well, you're wrong. If you're bored and I'm wrong, where have Jeremy and his mother
The water elemental appears to turn towards you, showering everything with a bracing mist.
I want a pet elemental, but Mumbus says I'm not old enough. I wouldn't let it die like the goldfish, though.
Have you seen how much the prices have risen? Might as well be throwing my gold straight into the lava elemental.
The lava elemental looks at you placidly, near unfathomable heat beating against your face.
I saw some from Logan's tower as 10 front when they came out.
How can I help you? Perhaps. I stopped by many huts and hamlets on my way here. Master Leroican invited me to be his apprentice.
I've heard rumors about Leroican's teaching, or lack of it. His students are no more than glorified shopkeepers.
You must be here to shop. I am Sundries, while Tona deals with tomes. Or are you perhaps another adventurer with information on the Night Song? Nothing for you to worry about.
His voice catches. Something's wrong here.
It's all I deal with these days. People claiming their trinkets are the real Night Song, looking for the mountain of gold Leroican promised. There's even a pamphlet. Take one. They're on the desk. Huh. I suppose that, at least, I can help with. Hope you found what you're looking for.
Where is the famous Leroican? His shop is a nutter shambles.
There's not much left. Looks like folks heard the Absolute was on the march and bought everything that wasn't nailed down.
My complaints will be heard.
Might have a bit of that cat.
One moment. I'm trying to work out how many pinches of mugwort is equivalent to one of Mother's Leaf.
Would you mind if I finished browsing before you muscle in, please? I was here first, actually.
Excuse me, can't stop. There's only so much shopping time left before the Absolute breaches the city.
They'll probably have it for less tomorrow.
You're a fellow bargain hunter, I see. The hidden gems here are far better value than the rare books Tolna keeps locked behind the desk. I'm sure there's gold in these stacks.
Literature department. Can I help you? Psst. These books are sensitive. They prefer an environment of quiet reverence. Bold. You might have heard that our library has a collection other shops would lack the skill to curate. Between us, even Master Leroican was reluctant to house them in his tower. The pen is mightier than the magic wand, apparently. They're locked away here for their and our customers' safety. Our finest reserve includes the Tharkiat Codex, the Annals of Karsus and Netherese Folly, Sights of the Sea, and the Curriculum of Strategy. Do any of those interest you? It is said to be written by Lord Karsus himself, the Netherese arcanist who attempted to replace the goddess Mystra, failed, and was banished for the attempt. Great magical knowledge lies within those pages, but not many can withstand it.
That's it. That's what I
Annals of Carsus would no doubt have much to say about the crown's true nature. If only you could read them.
Buy? Books as temperamental as these are not on sale. They are secured in our vault, where none can harm them, nor can they do any harm. Consider yourself lucky to have learned of such a book's existence, and then forget about it. The Annals of Carsus are best left unread. The vault is strictly prohibited for customers. If you don't cease this foolishness, the rest of Sorcerer's Sundries will be as well. You certainly have. Even simple knowledge of these tomes is enough to stimulate most.
This is hardly the time for idle banter. The Annals of Carsus are here, waiting to be read.
Hasn't gotten into it.
Hey, you.
Literature department. Can I help you? Psst. These books are sensitive. They prefer an environment of quiet, wouldn't trade it for the world. So I wouldn't. Anything I can help you with? Bold between us. They're locked away here for their and our customers' safety. Our finest reserve includes the Tharkiot Codex, the Annals of Carsus and Netherese Folly, Sights of the Seelie, and the Curriculum of Strategy. Do any of those interest you? The vault is strictly prohibited for custom. It is said to be written by great man.
The Annals of Carsus. Where better to learn the secrets of the crown than in the writings of the one who might have forged it?
I already told you. It is locked in our vault. You certainly...
At least things have stayed interesting.
Soragain! I can tell you're a discerning customer.
That's why we need the point.
You're after... Apologies. I'm with a customer at the moment.
Well, at least they seem to use the...
Welcome, dear patron, to the floor at the top of the stairs. If you have information about the Night Song, great riches await. If you are here to waste the great wizard Leroican's time, reconsider. Let your knowledge determine your path forward.
The Night Song is an immortal being, the child of a deity. The Night Song is a priceless ruby from a realm beyond our own. The Night Song is a druidic staff that allows its bearer command over an army of ancient beasts. The Night Song is an ancient potion that allows its drinker to become irresistibly attractive to man and god alike. The Night Song is a priceless ruby from a realm.
Hold very still, Nicklaw. Craig's aim is much improved, but still leaves something up to chance.
Yes, sir.
All right, Craig. Ready? Aim. We have a visitor. At ease. McClaw, you may go. I see no night song. Surely you wouldn't have entered my tower without the night song in hand? Surely you wouldn't have wasted my time? And you must have an answer to my request. If you want to keep your head, of course. The night song. Do you have it or not? She? Then you do know her. You've been to Shah's temple. To the Shadowfell. You've looked upon the night song's face. Tell me, and choose your next words carefully. Where is she now? I can see you're in no place to have a civilized conversation. Return when an iota of sense has returned to you.
This is hardly the time for idle banter.
Almost pleasant traveling with company. If
You'll bring him the night song, won't you? He'll be so very pleased, so very happy if his plans materialize. Mark my words, the night song is mine. With or without your help, she will ascend to her grand fate here, in this tower. You can get very rich along the way, or let someone else take what is rightfully yours. Choose wisely.
He would seek the power of gods for the pettiest of reasons. His own gratification. At least I seek them for the better of all.
What's that? I didn't quite catch the words, but the insolent tone was clear enough.
Pitying. Not insolent. You chase one power without knowing an even greater one lies within my reach. The crown of Karsus. Once we acquire it, your ambitions will be dwarfed. I'll be able to stand against Mystra and wrest her powers from her for the betterment of all.
The crown of Karsus? Nonsense. Even if it still existed, you couldn't possibly handle its power.
Perhaps you could not. But Netherill's power is in my blood. And Mystra? I know her in ways that most mortals can only dream of.
Ah, so it is you, Mistress Discarded Lapdog. And now you think your bark is cause to make me tremble?
There is no need for me to bark. My actions will speak for themselves. In time.
Then go. Act. I'll open a fine vintage in your name, once word of your failure reaches me.
Back again? I know a reader when I see one. What'll it be? If a book's dog-eared, you know it's good. That's my rule.
Live music at the Singing Lute. They sing for their supper while you eat yours. Join us at the famous Singing Lute basement bar. Good ale for good coin. All welcome.
Gods, I can't stand this place.
You'll have to excuse us. My darling and I are enjoying the view of the city.
Briefing and beefing. All of you the same? The bleeder!
Lodge of the Society of Brilliance.
Oh, well met. I am the Society's leading expert on myconid spore telepathy. But I've had to delay my experiments. Run out of spores, you see. Oh, I miss them, those myconid spores. I don't feel quite right without them. Probably shouldn't have inhaled them all so quickly. Eh?
Ah, a surface dweller. You find yourself in the cradle of all knowledge relating to the Underdark. The Society of Brilliance. Tell me, what can the Society do for you? Yes, dear Lady Esther, one of our most reliable contractors. Though unfortunately, this particular request was too much even for her. Once the dust has settled on this whole invading army mess outside the walls, I'll find another contractor. Perhaps they will have more success. Was there anything else? I should really get back to my research. Feel free to explore the lodge. Our knowledge is here for the common good, after all. The implications of my theory.
Oh, I miss my spores. I tried eating some toadstools I got from bone cloaks, but no good. Just made me constipated.
So much Underdark strife comes from vying for scarce minerals. I seek to invent new, easier ways to find such ores. From plenty comes peace.
My surface-dwelling friend, how long has it been? I am glad to see you well. I see your tadpole remains in its state of suspension. Your case has set us on quite the detour from our planned expedition work. We've thought about very little else. In the field seeking further subjects for study, though it has been gone for longer than I anticipated. After observing the nature of your tadpole's stasis, we felt it wise to report back to the Society. Omeluum went out into the city to seek out further undeveloped infections like yours. But I have heard nothing since. I admit, I'm somewhat concerned. We are usually sticklers for updating one another on our progress. Omeluum believed the answer to this riddle lay within the city walls, and held some connection to the cult of the Absolute. I had the distinct impression it was intentionally keeping its hypothesis from me, as though even the theory would be enough to put me in danger. Why that would be, I can only theorize myself. It is rather outside my area of expertise. Omeluum is most likely safe and well, and simply absorbed in its work. However, it would put my mind at rest to confirm it if you happen across its path. Naturally, the Underdark provided us with some most unusual salvage. Plenty to keep an inquiring mind busy. Research on the surface.
Once I publish my paper, proving that it's just hyena mite infections that make gnolls so angry, I'll be famous.
Must get back to my plans and diagrams.
Really thinks of me. Mother's milk, your visage speaks of ill tidings. Speak, ally mine. What troubles you? Is he indeed? Pray tell, what does he seek from Dame Aelin? Magicians and their machinations. I have had enough for an eternity. I will wring his neck until he's dead. Oh, his end will be one more strand in the great braid of our friendship.
I'm coming with you. I'd like to get a few licks in myself.
My darling, we agreed you'd scout for the nearest Selûnite enclave this very night. Let us divide our efforts. All the sooner to be reunited.
I won't let you go alone. Who knows what this wizard might have planned?
Our closest ally will accompany me, won't you? It will be a swift and fruitful chore. Hie we to this Loroacan right away. I am as eager to meet him as he is to ensnare me.